Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every.
Hey guys, this is Just One Guy, and I'm back here with another video. Now last week what I did was I added the stat and class menu to Project Hermes, so now the player is able to see their class and stats. And so with this week what I wanted to do was start adding the ability system in. Now let me just open up the menu so I can show you what I had planned last time. You can see this looks a bit different. And before, what you had was abilities and skills right here. Now, one thing to note, skills have always been separate from class. I just had the menu right there, but they were always separate. And what skills are an example of, say you have something like how well you can use a blade. So that would be a skill rather than attribute or a feature. An attribute is something inborn to the character, like his strength or speed. A skill is something that you learn, like how to use an axe or how to use a blade. And so something like that would be independent of your class. So the first thing I did was just move that over here to represent that better, because it wasn't properly represented. To the player, they would think it's part of their class, and I didn't want them to think that, so I put it as a separate menu here. The next thing you noticed is I moved the abilities. Now, to explain how I first envisioned this system, what I wanted to do was I envision something like a Dragon Age, where your abilities that you have depend on your class. But as I thought about that more, I didn't really like that system. I'm a fan of more of Skyrim and Oblivion, where you create your own playstyle, and based on how you play, that's the features that you get. And so in line with that, what I did was, let me just exit here, and I'm still working on this, as I created this. And what this is the ability menu. And so if you've seen something like I'll be on online, and I'll go over exactly what I'm trying to create in a minute, it's something like that. It's just a single tree that everyone has access to, and it becomes more defined the more you play and you unlock abilities. Now what a class will do is unlock ability points every level. And every level you choose an ability based on where you're at in the tree. So right here, red means unlocked, yellow means locked. So right here, I've unlocked punch and kick, and any of these abilities that's connected to it I can unlock, but I can't unlock this over here because I haven't reached it yet. And you can see right here, when the tooltip comes up, it'll tell me everything about the ability and the ability that I need to unlock this. Right here, I need aura to unlock this, because the way I envisioned this was first you unlock a magical aura, and then a charge bolt, and a magical projectile, which is just like a quick bolt. And this one I imagined as a charge up bolt, and this one is a minor heal. Now the way this is going to work is, as you go out on these paths, they become more defined and more specialized. So say you got aura, now you're a magic user. Now you got a minor heal. Now you go on to be very much more specialized in abilities like fast heal, quick heal. And that's the way I imagine that system. Over here I have dash. Now I'm going to go into Chrome and just show you exactly what I'm trying to model this after. Okay, now I'm here in Chrome, and this is what I've essentially was trying to model the system after, because I really liked how Albion Online did their upgrading system and their leveling system, because the more you play the game, the more you become specialized with your talents. And so I like the way this is, but I didn't like the visuals of it. So for the visuals, what I've always liked was the way that Final Fantasy did their visuals, and was just 13, and the way that the Crystallium system looked. So I want the visuals of this, but the actual functionality of this. And this is essentially what I'm trying to recreate in the system. And the thing about this is I'm going to take it one step further, because right here you have all these abilities on this level. Now I've been listening to a lot of lit RPG novels, And in most of those, they have something called the system. And the system it upgrades your level and your race based on a period of time. Based on your experience. So it's basically a series of books that imitate video games. But in those books, you always start off as like class F, which is the lowest class, and then you can get to class S, and then God and demigod. Now, what I wanted to do was emulate a system like that. So instead of having one level like this, I'm gonna create another level up when you upgrade into a different power level, and then you unlock a whole nother menu. So say I had something like kick right here, and then I went up a level, you'll get power kick, and you'll be able to add energy to your kick. And each level will represent a greater power. So you start off as a normal human, and you can basically ascend to a god by climbing a tree. But you can also expand outward and become more specialized with your abilities. And this will give the player the opportunity to create a highly unique and highly specialized playstyle based on what they want to do, which is something I believe Oblivion and Skyrim was trying to do. So that's an explanation of the system I'm just trying to go after and imitate. And overall, I'm almost done with it. Right now I'm just creating the visuals, and I had to actually implement the abilities. Right now abilities are implemented, but the actual function of specific abilities aren't implemented. So I have to work on that and just put in every single ability. But something like putting in every single ability, since every single ability works differently, that's going to require code over time, because I have to actually program the mechanics of every ability in. Some of them, like increasing your stats and increasing your attributes and basic attacks, are already in there. But something more complicated, like damage over time abilities, I'm going to have to specifically program how those specific abilities works. But I also want to get the menu system more integrated into the main menu too, because right now you just press P and you go into it. So that's what I'm going to be working over this next week, and I hope I'll be done by the end of the week. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching.